welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Jean. I am a lover of books, if you can't tell by my bookshelves behind me. I know they're not organized right now. I know they're not organized right now. So today, as you can tell by the title, we are doing a book haul. Most of these books that I have in this haul I got for a specific purpose. Now, they weren't just books that I was like, oh, I want to read that, except for maybe two of them. Two of them were like that, but the rest of them were like, I need to read this for this reason or that reason. I'll go into that when we get to those books. So, shall we? All of these books I got the week of my wedding, and I've been meaning to film a book haul video of this shopping spree, I guess, but I just kept putting it off, and so here we are. These books I got from this lovely secondhand bookstore in Bakersfield called Bookhounds, and if you guys ever are in Bakersfield or going through Bakersfield, please stop by that store. It is absolutely amazing. They don't just have books, but they have DVDs, video games, records, CDs, cassette tapes, board games, I think. I know they have t-shirts, like bookish t-shirts. I almost got one, but then I didn't because I was already getting so many books. So I have them set up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piles. So we'll start with the first one. The first set of books are these two. We have Meter, Rhythm, and Verse Form by Philip Hobsbawm. Basically, this is a book about writing poetry and about reading poetry, which I write my own poetry, but it's not good poetry. It's just like my diary with a lot of literary tools in there. So I want to learn more about poetry and how to write good poetry, which is why I picked up this book. I'm also working on a novel, which you may or may not know. So I want to learn how to write better while I'm still in the process of writing this novel, so that as I'm writing it and I get stuck, or I get to something where I don't know what to do, I will be able to learn some more. So I'm about 4 chapters into my novel. That's a long way to explain why I got this book. This is Reading Like a Writer, a guide for people who love books and for those who want to write them, by Francine Prose. So this book basically was made for me, so I had to get it. Next, I have a couple different collections of poetry, which, like I said, I want to know more about poetry. So one way to learn about poetry is to read about the structure, and another way is to actually just read some poems. The first poetry book that I got is Maya Angelou's Amazing Piece, a Christmas poem. And I don't really know, I haven't read anything by Maya Angelou, so I know that's really bad. Next, I have Practical Gods by Carl Dennis, and this is a winner of the 2002 Pulitzer Prize. I started reading this one a little bit. I read the first poem, and it was really, really good, and it was kind of just what I was looking for inspiration for another project I'm working on. If you have time, go find A Priest of Hermes by Carl Dennis. I don't know if I'm allowed to link it or read it out loud. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but it's so good. It's very interesting. Next, I have this little anthology. It's an anthology of English romantic poetry, and it's got a little bit of William Blake, William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, I don't know, Lord Byron. Like I said, I don't read a lot of poetry, so there we go. The only poetry I have read is like a little bit of Emily Dickinson. Like I have an Emily Dickinson poetry book over there somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, I have a book of Emily Dickinson poems, and then I know Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. So like, okay, that's not a lot, but I like it. And then this poet was recommended to me by my friend Taylor. It's Pablo Neruda. Yeah, Pablo Neruda. And I got this book of selected poetry by him that was at that secondhand bookstore, Bookhounds, and I'm really excited about it. He is from Chile, so all of these poems are translated into English, and it has Spanish on this side and English on this side, which I think is really cool, because if you are bilingual, which I am not, then you can compare it, and if you're not bilingual like I am, then you can see the original language and see how it was translated, which I mean is really cool, because I don't speak Spanish. I'm nowhere near being a Spanish speaker or bilingual at all, but I do know a little bit of Spanish, and I'm still learning Spanish, so it's cool that I'll be able to eventually, maybe one day, read his poetry in Spanish. That would be neat. The next two books I got are related to a trip I might be taking this summer to Australia. I have this like Australia travel guide, and I mean, I don't really know anything about Australia except like they have a lot of spiders, and I'm not looking forward to the spiders, and that it's really hot there. So I'm really excited to learn some stuff about this country before I actually go there, which I think is smart. If you are traveling somewhere, why would you not do some research before you go, especially if it's another country? And I've never been out of the country before, so I really want to do my research ahead of time. So I got this Australia book, which was like the only Australia book they had as far as travel guides and like history of Australia. But they also had this autobiography, this travel novel, I guess. What would this be classified as? Hold on. Yeah, it's just like a travel biography, travel autobiography type thing. And it's called In a Sunburned Country by Bill Bryson. This is cool because it'll give me facts, but this will give me someone's actual experiences in Australia, which I think is really interesting. So these are books that I'm going to read for the journey. So see, everything I've gotten so far has had a purpose, right? It's not like I just went and bought books that had no purpose other than I wanted them. They were motivated purchases. Gotta be able to justify these things. These next three are not justifiable though. These books I just got because I wanted them. And the first one is this an essay? I don't know exactly what this is actually. Is this an anthology? This is someone's life work about Shakespeare. I am a really big Shakespeare fan. You can't see them because they're up there, but I have a bunch of Shakespeare books, and Shakespeare is what got me into theater, and I will be doing Shakespeare until the day I die. I will keep reading Shakespeare and seeing Shakespeare and thinking about Shakespeare, but there are a bunch of other plays I like too, and we'll get to that. But this is Harold Bloom's Shakespeare, The Invention of the Human. And it says that this is a landmark achievement, and it's a culmination of this man's life of studying and learning Shakespeare. So I'm really excited because the thesis behind this, I guess, the intent behind this book is to show how Shakespeare not only changed the English language, but how he changed human nature. So I'm excited for this one. The last two are plays. I think it's important to always be reading plays. If you're in theater, you have to constantly be reading plays. You have to constantly be updating yourself. There are tons of plays out there, and it only takes about 2 hours to read them. But that's debatable. I mean, it's not an exact number. Some plays take longer. Like Hamlet will take longer than 2 hours to get through, but like, I don't know. But another play, like a modern contemporary play, wouldn't be that long to get through. So the two plays that I got, one is one of my favorite contemporary plays, and it's called 12 Angry Men, and it's basically about a courthouse. I think you pronounce it Reginald Rose is the playwright, but it's like a drama. It's really, really good. I saw it performed live at the Utah Shakespeare Festival, I think in 2011. No, 2014. One of those. And then the second play I got was Prometheus Bound by Aeschylus. Aeschylus is a Greek playwright. He's up there with Sophocles and Euripides. So, you know, the people who, this was written around the same time as like Oedipus or Medea, not Tyler Perry's Medea. That's completely different. But that's it for my book haul for this video. Question of the day: what's the last book you bought, and did you read it? Have you finished it? Are you currently reading it? What's going on, man? Other than that, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you are notified. I upload videos every Tuesday, and I will see you next time. Bye!